It's 6 p.m. Welcome to the Series Planning Commission meeting, Monday, March 20th, 2023.
Yes, Commissioner Del Nero,
Present.
Commissioner Jamu,
Present.
Commissioner Johnson,
Present.
Commissioner Otero. Present. And Chairperson Catchell.
And please join me for the pledge of allegiance.
United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, liberty and justice for all.
Conflicts of interest on tonight's agenda.
Nope.
Then we'll move on to citizens communication. This is a time for citizens to speak on things which are not on the agenda. While the Planning Commission welcomes and encourages participation in Planning Commission meetings, the rules allow no more than 5 minutes for expression of non-agenda items. Under the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission, not on the posted agenda, may be addressed by the general. However, California law prohibits the commission from taking action on any matter determined to be an emergency by the Planning Commission. Citizens are entitled to address the Planning Commission. 5-minute provision. Anyone want to speak on anything not on the commission agenda? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the consent calendar. There's 3 things on the consent calendar. These are items considered rather routine by the commission. We vote on all 3 items at one time. Item number 1 is clerk report posting the agenda for the regular meeting of the Planning Commission March 20th was posted on March 17th, 2023. Approval of minutes for March the 6th, 2023. General correspondence, information only, series downtown redevelopment area, fiscal year 2023 quarterly report. 3 items are on the consent.
Chair Catchell, if you don't mind, could you move your mic a little bit closer? Having a hard time hearing you. Thank you.
Next. Okay,
I'll make a motion that we accept the consent calendar.
I'll second it.
motion second. Could we call the roll, please?
Yes, Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson.
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Aye.
Commissioner Otero. Aye. And Chairperson Catchell.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Now we have 2 public hearings for tonight, one of which is scheduled to be continued. First public hearing, Pacific Plan Site Plan SP 23-02. That's a proposal for a specific plan site plan to construct, a 636 square foot addition on the north side of the existing structure of Morena's Restaurant located at 2500 Mitchell Road, Diego Zapata. Applicant, could we have a staff report and recommendation?
Staff recommends that this item be continued to the regular Planning Commission meeting on April 17th, 2023.
Yeah, I guess procedurally I should open the public hearing. This item is being recommended continued to the April 17th meeting. It's not ready to go tonight. Is there anyone that's here to speak on that matter? Okay, seeing well, there, I opened the public hearing and now we'll close it. Seeing no one wanting to speak, bring it back for a recommendation. 17th meeting.
Just to confirm, there are no hands raised on Zoom.
I see no hands raised at this time. That's okay.
I'll make a motion to move forward on putting this off till next month, SPSP 23-02,
April 17th.
April 17th.
Second,
Second.
motion second, please call the roll.
Yes, Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Aye.
Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Otero, Aye. And Chairperson Catchell.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Now we move to the second public hearing on tonight's agenda. This is conditional use permit 23-05, proposal for a 19,953 square foot religious facility with classrooms, event gathering hall and kitchen located at 3824 Mitchell Road in Ceres. Staff report, please.
Yes, thank you. This project is in the regional commercial zone and it's a religious facility. The Mitchell Road Corridor specific plan requires that churches obtain a conditional use permit for expansion or new uses if they are in the regional commercial zone. And it is an allowed use, so that's good. It just needs a conditional use permit, and that's why we're here today. This project is an expansion. It will be a new structure behind, and I'll show a map in a moment, behind the existing building. Let me pull up this map. This is the site plan. Please allow me to describe this area. Mitchell Road is along the bottom of this page, and north is towards the left. Walmart is across the street, further down, below this site. It's actually west of the site, but because north is oriented towards the left, Walmart's kind of down, just to give you an idea of where this is located. The existing buildings are along Mitchell Road here, and the new proposed building is in the back of the site here in dark gray. Other parts of the site that are being proposed are a new stormwater retention basin in the northeast corner of the site and 124 parking spaces that will be paved towards the perimeter of the site. They'll include landscaped areas per our municipal code. The conditions of approval that we have also require a block wall to be built along the north side of the property, abutting the mobile home park that is neighboring to the north. And Turlock Irrigation District requires a block wall along the east side of the property because there is an existing TID main canal just next to this property. On the other side of the canal is Moore Road, and beyond that is unincorporated county area. To the south of the property is the California Teachers Association building. There's an existing wooden fence there that looks in good shape, and it's a similar use in the sense that this is their neighboring is an office use, and this is a church use. So the conditions of approval that staff have put together require that new block wall against the north side because it's a residential use to the north. There also exists an existing priest residence and the front office building on the southern end of the property. Those will remain, and the buildings along Mitchell Road will also remain. They will not be used primarily. The new building will be used as the focus for this use, and these other buildings will be kind of a backup use. The existing parking lot will be restriped. So we'll have a more aesthetically pleasing parking lot, and the existing access will remain. There were upgrades to the access to this site in recent years when Walmart went in and the signal on Don Pedro Road was improved. There's a right in, right out, two driveways on the southern end of the property, southwest end of the property, and the four-way controlled intersection on the north driveway. Those are all proposed to remain. The project was routed to departments and external agencies. There were no objections to the project, and we received a couple letters, one from Turlock Irrigation District and one from the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District. They have some comments and TID provided a map with some markups. Nothing really major, just things that they want to make sure are taken care of during this process. We've incorporated those letters in this report, and the conditions of approval require that the applicant adhere to their requirements as well. The site was reviewed by fire and by engineering, and everything looks good. The northern end of the property, it says that there's future parking here. That's not part of this project. This part of this square will remain, as well as the one next to it. The symbol here shows that in the future, they'd like to put a building here, but again, that's not part of this project. That would be a separate entitlement that would likely also come back to the planning commission at a future date. So the total number of parking spaces is 124 new parking spaces, all paved. And the building itself will include about half of the building is classrooms. There will be an event gathering hall and a kitchen and some offices. There will be some storage rooms and an outdoor play area. Staff is recommending approval of the project. We did a mitigated negative declaration for the CEQA document following the initial study. And we found that this project it's in compliance, which means it follows the rules of the Mitchell Road Corridor Specific Plan, our series general plan, and the zoning ordinance. If you have any questions, we're here to answer them, but we do recommend approval. Thank you.
Questions from the committee? With that, we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this matter, please come forward, give your name, and tell us what you have to say.
Good evening, commissioners and staff. My name is Lourdes Perez, reside at 868 Alicante Drive in Ceres. As a longstanding resident of Ceres and having been involved in the general plan update, I know that the citizens of Ceres really have a high interest of youth engagement opportunities. And knowing that our city council is currently collaborating with our school district to renovate our Youth Action Commission and really look for those opportunities to again engage youth in positive ways. This is what this facility will provide. It provides a facility for 10 to 15,000 people that gather every weekend to come together for faith formation, to come together for positive youth engagement. I really appreciate that this is being considered for the conditional use permit, and as staff has recommended to recommend approval. I just want to say thank you for that consideration, and also would like to express just my gratitude for what the city is doing in terms of economic development, community development. And this is a facility that plays a critical role in our community with the number of people that gather there. It's a significant portion of our population, and just really appreciate again a approval on this item. Thank you.
Any questions? Anyone else care to speak? Please come forward, state your name. Got a lot of folks here. Nobody wants to speak.
John Warren, City of Ceres. I have a couple of questions regarding, I listened to Christopher explain that the front buildings were going to be secondary use. And it's my understanding, and I'm a parishioner at that church, the front building is in fact the Catholic Church where they hold mass every Sunday. So my question is this a new church that's being built to hold mass in the building that's going to be constructed? Or is it going to be continued as it is with the front of St. Jude's as it is now with the main church? Rather than building a new church, it says religious facility, and that's a broad term. So that would be my question.
That's an excellent question. Thank you.
Sure.
Whatever you'd prefer.
Yes, through the chair. The project description describes the front buildings next to Mitchell as not being the focus going forward, but that this new building in the back would be the focus of of religious use. The reason that we use the term religious facility is because there are lots of different kinds of religious facilities like synagogues and mosques and churches. So we try to keep it maybe a little bit of a sterile term, but we use the term religious facility just to make it a little bit more broad, not to mean necessarily what kinds of gatherings would happen, but the main room in this new building is called an event gathering hall.
Is there someone from the church that could kind of explain what the relationship will be between the new building and the monthly basis or weekly basis? If so, please come forward and tell us how it's going to work so we all know.
Hello, good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Silvia Camarillo, and I'm the business manager for St. Jude. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity. Just a couple of clarifications, and Christopher, I like the citizen's comment. I do want to clarify. In the drawing, if you pull it up again, the site map that you had, we plan to improve a lot of our buildings. Some of them can still be used. And obviously what we're trying to do at this precise moment is build a religious education center, which is the focus of that entire building. We obviously do not have the funds to construct a new parish where we hold our services until a future date. So our existing church still has to be used until we get to that point. So right now, because the building, the octagonal building is our current facility where we hold all of the education for our kids, as Lourdes had mentioned, we need to start there because our focus has been the youth, the children, and in that facility, they don't fit anymore. So we've been fundraising for about 8 years now. And we finally came to this point to be able to imagine, dream, and construct with your approval that facility. So it'll go in stages. The first stage will be that, the Religious Education Center for the kids, while still using our existing church to hold our religious services. And the next step to that is going to be approach you once again for the new religious service or church, as we call it, and that would go on the corner, the lot on the corner. That's what we've done on a master plan, that we've kind of put, okay, this building right now is still useful, but what about the future? So we do have a master plan that we've been working on, but we have to do it in stages, because a lot of this has to do with fundraising from our community. So I hope that explains a little bit more. And of course, taking into consideration every step that we make sure we comply with the Mitchell plan that is in place already. We talked a lot with Tom Westbrook when he was first here, and then James, and now with Christopher, making sure that we do comply step by step at every part of this project that we do have.
So is it fair to say that at the moment you're holding some of these activities in your existing buildings, this is an expansion of what you're doing with the youth in particular? Still be using the other building, perhaps not as intensely because some of the things are moving?
Correct, because the existing building that we have now for the kids, that will be no longer used for the kids. It's going to be the new facility. And so that building is still functional, and we can usually, we can use it for like our own meetings where we're holding right now in our gazebo, which if you pass by Mitchell Road, you've seen the gazebo. We do hold activities there because we only have one facility to meet in. So that can temporarily be used for that purpose. But the focus of the children in their religious education will be the new facility. So kind of like moving the kids from the front over to the new building.
Question?
Just to clear it up in my head, so we have the Octagon right now, which is the existing church facility where you have mass.
No, the religious service or mass is being held on my side. It's the left-hand building, the one
Okay.
facing Don Pedro or next to Don Pedro, that one. That's our church. That's where we hold our services. The other building, correct, that one is where we're currently holding the religious education for the kids, which in the future no longer be used for that purpose and transferring all of the use to the new building.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'm trying to get grasp of this for the future.
Mhm.
So I'm seeing more use and less parking. Are we going to lose more parking spots? I heard that 10 to 15,000 people a week are going to come in and out of this property.
That's for the church services. When we hold church services on the weekend, as Lourdes had mentioned, that's the amount of people that pass by on a weekend. The Religious Education Center, the focus is Monday through
Through
Friday, just during the week, correct? It's kind of like a school, except that we hold it in the evening for the kids. So Monday through Friday, religious education is the focus. Weekend, religious services on the other building
Okay.
is the focus.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for answering the question.
Thank you.
Anyone else care to speak, please come forward. No one else, I guess we'll close the hearing and get back to the planning commission. We'll keep it open and see if there's anybody on Zoom.
I see no hands raised at this time.
One's on Zoom. And now we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission. Discussion or action. I appreciate the explanation. I was a little uncertain on exactly how things are going to work. We are adding some parking. Picture's gone, but to the south of the new building. No,
We're
they're
not
adding-
losing any
gaining-
parking. 124 new parking spaces.
Striping existing. So it's an upgrade.
Like, have a great master plan and I don't know who the leaders are in the church, but it sounds like they've done a fantastic job. You know, it's a lot of times it just doesn't come in 2 or 3 years. Sounds like it's 8, 10 years, maybe another 8 more years for the rest of it. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, good.
I just think it's great that there will be an expansion for the youth, because looking at that existing building where they have the children right now, I mean, I've been there years ago and it seemed kind of tight. So now it looks like it'll be able to offer more services.
Also worth noting, it's great to see a room full of people here to support their church organization is doing. All for coming. With that, we need a motion.
Make the motion, adopt the mitigated negative mitigation prepared for this project per draft 2311, approve 2305, subject to findings and condition contained in the attached draft resolution 2312.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, please.
Yes, Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson.
Aye.
Commissioner Jamu,
Aye.
Commissioner Otero,
Aye.
and Chairperson Catchell.
All right.
Motion passes 5-0.
It's done. Thank you all for being here. I don't think we've ever been applauded before. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything you're doing for Ceres. It's wonderful to see. Agree with Gary on the planning process is very impressive what you're doing. So, thank you. Okay. New business, we have none. Public meetings, we have none. Unfinished businesses, we have none. Or do we have any matters initiated by planning commission and staff? Reports, any commissioners have anything? Nothing. Chairperson, that would be me, and I have nothing to report. City attorney, anything to report for tonight?
Nothing to report from the city attorney. Thanks for another great meeting and happy spring.
Thank you. And city staff.
I'd like to introduce our new senior planner, Teddy Hernandez. She started a week ago, and we're really excited to have her in the office and help.
Say a few words. Stuff.
Hi, I'm Petty. I have experience in planning. I'm coming from Hamilton County. Planner there for years. Here and yep.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. Turn the page. Okay, there we go. We will now adjourn to our next planning commission meeting scheduled for April 3rd, 2023. Thank you again.